Alright, these are my thoughts on Alakazam the Great. So, this is another Japanese anime movie from, I think it's Toei Animation. This is based on Journey to the West. So, yeah, I've talked about what that is in my Princess Iron fan review, but, yeah, they do mostly tell the story straight with a couple. Well, there's a bit of a moral attached to it, and well, I guess it might be part of the moral in the original book. I don't know much about Journey to the West, but I've seen a couple of adaptations of it. But yeah, they changed the names of all the characters for this American dub. Yeah, the Monkey King Sun Wukong is named Alakazam in this version. And yeah, all the other characters have these other silly names like something Bottom or for the pig, and the cannibal guy is called Tiki Popo or something like that. Yeah. But either way, the characters are quite likable, I think. Yeah, the story was enjoyable. I liked the fights and stuff. It was fun. I think this isn't the first time I saw this movie. I actually watched it once before when it was on Netflix. But yeah, I know this movie has like mixed reviews. In fact, somebody put it in a book of like worst movies ever, and this was like the only animated movie in there, and I'm like, really? This is the worst animated movie ever? Not, I mean, I guess I could understand if it's that other Journey to the West movie. That was kind of hard to sit through, but yeah, this one, maybe it's because this is like the worst one they know about, I don't know. But even then, like, what, not, does do the Disney package films not count? I know Fun and Fancy Free and Saludos Amigos are probably among some people's least favorites. But yeah, I think the main thing I like about this movie is that it does have a very nice character arc for the main hero. Like, basically as the movie starts, he's like this really wimpy monkey. He's like afraid of these little bugs. So yeah, he's kind of a wimp. So you could say that the trial he has to go through in order to become the king of the monkeys, it's kind of the moment that he like proves himself, and after he does and becomes the king, then it kind of goes to his head, as it might naturally do for someone who was originally kind of the runt of the litter, if you will. But yeah, yeah, it goes to his head. He becomes a complete jerk, and he's kind of corrupt. And then he finds out about this wizard, and obviously, like, he's supposed to be, the wizard in the original Japanese dub is supposed to be based on this, like, Buddhist monk or something, a Buddhist wizard. Here, it's just Merlin. Yeah, famous Western wizard. Yeah, they changed his name to Merlin, and then so yeah, he goes to the mountains, and he kind of blackmails Merlin into teaching him magic. And then it's a lot like Magic Boy, when like the only things we see about him learning magic are just basic martial arts stuff and like exercising and all that crap. So yeah, we don't really find out how he learns actual magic. So yeah, this seems to be a consistent problem with these anime movies. They're not really showing you how one learns magic. Just shows you how they learn martial arts. But yeah, once he learns everything, he brags about how powerful he is. His love interest, monkey girlfriend character, comes to visit, and he brags to her, and then he decides to this was kind of a sudden turn in the story where he decides to go and challenge the Buddhist god character. So yeah, he travels up into heaven basically, and yeah, he fights all these guards and stuff, and then Hercules comes in, and it's probably the same case as with Merlin. He's probably actually supposed to be this Chinese / Buddhist character, but yeah, and then but yeah, once he encounters the actual god, there's no doubt that character is supposed to be Buddha or whatever the god of Buddhism is. Yeah, just so you know, I don't know a whole lot about Buddhism. Sorry. And yeah, then the Buddhist god punishes him for his arrogance, and then he traps him in this little stone prison, and then his girlfriend comes in and feeds him over the course of she starts giving him berries to keep him fed. She's doing this nice stuff for him. And then one day she's it's really cold, there's a blizzard going on, but she's determined to bring him the berries anyway, but then she the blizzard's too much for her, and she falls over, almost dies. And yeah, that's a little too much for him, so he begs the gods to spare her, not let her die for his arrogance, basically. And yeah, they let him out, first they save her life, and then the son of the Buddhist god comes in and saves him from the prison, blah, blah, blah. Then he rides with him on this pilgrimage, and then along the way they meet this pig and a cannibal. And yeah, both of them start out as bad guys. He has to fight them, but then he chooses to spare both of them, and they join him on the pilgrimage. And and then there's also a couple other bad guys, including this little kid who works for the Bull Demon King. Here he's called King Gruesome or something. And but yeah, I just call him Bull Demon King. And yeah, it's got a lot of the story elements of, the Journey to the West story. There's a couple story lines that I remember from Princess Iron Fan. I guess the Princess Iron Fan movie was the final act of the whole Journey to the West book, because it's how he defeats the Demon King and stuff. And yeah, just like in Princess Iron Fan, the Demon King turns into a giant bull, and yeah, I'm kind of going off on a tangent here, but yeah, I thought the characters were likable. They went through some nice character development. The main character goes from this complete jerk, but then by the end he's a much better character. So yeah, nice character arc with him. And yeah, there's some pretty nice character arcs with the side characters as well. And also the little demon kid who's working for the bull. And yeah, There's also a really creative little musical scene, if you will, in Hell near the end. You know, the King Gruesom's palace kingdom thingy. Yeah, where he lives. And yeah, they have to fight him and his minions, including Princess Iron Fan. Yeah, she's kind of like the secondary villain. Kind of a shame we don't see more of her because she kind of seemed like she seemed kind of entertaining as a secondary villain. Yeah, shame she didn't show up till near the end. But yeah, I guess I don't have too much to say about like the movie, but yeah, despite the mixed reviews of this movie, I personally really enjoyed it. Um, I'd probably say Japan is proving to be, like I said before, that Russia was the country that was doing the best with animated movies. Now I think I'm starting to change that to, or I mean, like out of all the foreign countries, Russia was doing the best before. Now I think it might be Japan, and honestly, it kind of remains Japan for quite some time. I think it, yeah, even today, probably the country that has like the most celebrated non-American movies is Japan. So, but yeah, that's not to undermine like Russia and Czechoslovakia. I'm teaching myself to say that word or country name. I mean, yeah, the Czech had old Czech legends. Russia had Snow Queen, which is yeah still one of my favorite movies I've looked at so far. Um, but yeah, I think Japan is proving to be the most consistent. They had a bit of a rocky start with Momotaro. Um, but yeah, after that, I think each of their movies has gotten a little more entertaining than the last. Maybe a little less in terms of substance as well, but I still think each of their movies are proving to be very fun to watch. So yeah, like the other Japanese movies, I'm giving this one an 8 out of 10. Um, and yeah, if you're interested, if any of the details I explained sound interesting to you, definitely give this movie a watch. So yeah, that's all I have to say. As usual, if there's any other detail I need to talk about any other detail I need to add, I'll bring it up in the comments. But yeah, until then, mash it and smash it, signing off.